Today, I want to talk to you about Shinrin Yoku, which is the Japanese word for forest bathing. It's hence why we're out here. I've got this beautiful woods at the back of the house, and I often spend time here because it really does make a difference to me physically. And that got me curious. So I was like, okay, why? Why does it do that? And there are a number of reasons. The first is something called phytoncides, which are chemicals that the trees actually release. And they're generally, we know them as essential oils, but there are others as well. And they're a natural defense to the animals and the bugs and things that obviously live in the forest with them. And it's about the way of keeping them safe. And there is a belief by some scientists that we have actually evolved our biology around that. And we do actually respond to these chemicals. They make us not only feel good, but they do make differences within our body. They sort of trigger the parasympathetic nervous system, which is the rest and digest part of it. So we sort of tend to relax. There is a change in they're called NK cells, basically. It's part of the immune system, and they help kill pathogens. And they have been indicated, they might be part of working with cancer cells in the body as well and sort of eliminating them. This is all very new research. The sample sizes are small, but what they are finding is that actually getting out into the woods, getting out into the forest makes a big difference. So we have the phytoncides. We also have something called negative ions that are in the woods. And what these tend to do is they hook on to things like dust and impurities that we don't want to breathe in, that aren't good for our bodies, and they lower it down onto the ground. So not only does that happen in the woods out here, but it also happens in the houses that are around the woods as well. So it has a really positive effect. Being out in the woods isn't just about the phytoncides and the negative ions. What it does is it surrounds us with beauty. As you can see, we're out in late summer and it's still very green, and oh my goodness, it's just so wonderful to be out here. I can feel my blood pressure lowering, my cortisol disappearing, and that immune system starting to feel like it can work again. And that's partly because our eyes, it's a visual thing. We're seeing all of this green, which signals to our brains that there is abundance, there is abundant food sources. So we can relax, we can feel safe because we don't have to worry about what we're going to eat. It's a very, very basic evolutionary way of thinking and is really quite important to us still on a subconscious level. So I've just gone for a wander in the woods in between takes, and I have just had such a lovely time. And actually what struck me is the bird song. And do you know what? The bird song is really, really good for our brains. It actually is in a frequency that our brains really, really love. So we actually hear it as music, even though it's probably talking or alarm calls for some birds. We actually hear that bird song as really beautiful. If you ever get a chance, check out one of the first BBC recordings, which is a musical instrument being played. I think it was a cello being played in a garden and a nightingale joined in. It's the most beautiful sound. It's absolutely amazing. So come on, let's get out there. The canopy in the woods also helps control the temperature. It doesn't feel too cold, doesn't feel too hot. And again, that's another signal to our bodies that we are safe. We're in a contained place. We're not going to burn. We're not going to freeze, and it can relax. So that parasympathetic nervous system just keeps getting triggered and triggered by the forest bathing. It's a really lovely way to help yourself relax. Now, there is some research that's kind of trying to work out how much you need and how often. So to give you an idea, they're reckoning about if you do 3 times a week at 20 minutes out in nature, you are actually going to feel more naturally relaxed. The more you do it, obviously, the better it's going to be for you. It's something that you can also do kind of artificially. They're not 100% sure whether it has lasting effects in the same way of being in the real world, so to speak. But if you're stuck in a city and you can't get there, looking at pictures of nature, being, you know, surrounding yourself even with sort of pots of plants in your room can actually be a really useful thing to do. So, having spoken about all of that, I am absolutely loving being out here, and I'm going to spend a little bit more time, and I'm going to take a walk. You can come along with me if you want, take some of the journey along. I'll put some ideas of what I'm doing out here, or you can stop the video now, it's up to you. But yeah, if you're stressed, try and find something green wherever you live, if it's a park or the garden, and take some time out in your day to get out into nature, because it has a physical response, it has emotional response, and it has a mental response as well. It's really good for everything. You'll focus better, you'll feel much better in yourself, and your body will really respond to it on a physiological level. So yeah, get out there and enjoy.